Hello everyone, this is Stephen Balch, your instructor for Introduction to Macroeconomics at Ozarka College. Today what I'm going to do is give you just a little bit of feedback on the chapters 9 and 10 activities that I finished grading last week. Then I'm going to give you a little bit of feedback on the midterm exam, which closed late last week. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about midterm grades. And then I'm going to remind you of the chapters 11 and 12 activities that we have coming up due just a couple of days after we come back after spring break. All right, so the first thing is, like I said, I have finished grading the chapters 9 and 10 activities. I did that kind of towards the end of last week. I believe they were due on Tuesday, so I graded those probably Wednesday morning, actually. So hopefully you've had a chance to go in and look at your grades for those chapters 9 and 10 activities and read the corresponding grading comments. Just let me know if you have any questions as you read those grading comments and look at your grades for those activities. Just let me know if you have any questions at all. Most of you did well on the chapters 9 and 10 activities. I was very pleased overall. Most of you did very well. So keep up the good work on that. On the assignment and discussion on the chapter test, most of you did well on all of those. If you did get points counted off, if you're not sure why, if the grading comments don't give you enough information, just let me know and I will be glad to explain anything that you have questions about. All right, so keep up the good work on the activities. Let's see, the midterm exam. Like I said, it closed late last week. I believe it was Friday of last week that it closed. Most of you did pretty well on the midterm exam, and I really appreciate the time and effort that you're putting into learning the concepts for this course. So keep up the good work on that as well. Now, I have opened up the midterm exam for review purposes, so you should be able to go in and look, kind of review over the questions that you missed and review the concepts to study for the final exam. So just like the previous chapter tests are open for review for that purpose, for studying for the final, the midterm is also open for review for that purpose. So feel free to go in and use that to study for the final exam along with your chapter test. All right. Now, midterm grades are due by the end of this week. Now, since we've already had our midterm exam in this course, I will probably go ahead and start entering midterm grades tomorrow. All right? So, there's not really any need for me to wait till the end of the week since we've already had our midterm exam. And there's nothing else that's due until after spring break. And so, I might as well just go ahead and enter the midterm grade. So be looking for that. If it's not tomorrow, it will at least be Wednesday, but I'm going to try to get those entered by tomorrow. And it shouldn't be any surprise what your midterm grade is. It's just going to be whatever the letter grade corresponds to the percentage grade that you have currently in the class. So it shouldn't be any surprise. But if it is, if you are surprised by your midterm grade, just let me know why, and I will be glad to explain. All right? So just let me know on that. Be looking for those midterm grades this week. All right, that brings us to what we've got coming up due next. So if we go to the activities page in my Ozarka, right now we are on week 9 of the semester, right at the beginning of week 9. Now, you notice there's nothing due this week. And there's nothing due during spring break week. But you should still be working on the activities which are due right when we come back after spring break. In fact, our chapters 11 and 12 activities are due by Tuesday, March 26th. Now, that seems like a good bit of time between now and March 26th. But you got to remember that whole week of spring break is in there. So I purposely didn't make anything due during spring break, and I wanted to give you enough time on this chapters 11 and these chapters 11 and 12 activities. So that's why I made those activities due after spring break. But don't wait until, if you want to have your spring break free, which I'm sure most of you do, then it would be a good idea to go ahead and be working on chapters 11 and 12 this week so that you can kind of relax a little bit next week and not be trying to get stuff done right at the last minute after spring break. So just kind of keep that in mind. Even though the work's not due for a little bit, go ahead and be working on it now, and that way you give yourself plenty of time. All right, and then you're not having to work on it during spring break. All right, so chapters 11 and 12. Let me tell you a little bit about what we're going to be looking at. Chapter 11 covers fiscal policy, which is government intervention in the market through activities such as purchasing, taxation, and transfer payments. And they do that to promote the macroeconomic goals. And of course, we learned what those three macroeconomic goals are earlier this semester. And of course, we learned that they are full employment, price stability, and economic growth. Those are the three things, the three goals of the federal government as far as it pertains to the economy. And fiscal policy is just, again, the purchasing, taxation, and transfer payments that the government uses to influence those three goals. Okay? All right, then chapter 12 covers federal budgets and public policy. And of course, the federal budget has been a big news item in the last few years, and especially the last few months, because the Democrats and the Republicans can't ever agree on the budget, and they kind of kick the budget down the road, and it's just hard for them to agree to what the budget should be. And so you hear that on the news a lot about the federal budget process, and that's what you're going to be learning about in Chapter 12. So in Chapter 12, you're going to learn about, again, that federal budget process, budget deficits, and the national debt. And of course, those are all macroeconomic issues that you hear on the news all the time. So it's important to learn about those and understand those better. All right, so just remember all the learning resources that you have available to you as you're working on chapters 11 and 12 activities. You have your textbook, you have the videos that are linked on the assignment page, you have your PowerPoint slides which are linked on the assignment page, and so forth. So just be using those learning resources, and as you're working on those activities, let me know if you have questions. And that's really all I have for you for today. So again, your midterm grade will probably be posted tomorrow. And of course, next week is spring break week. So have a good rest of your week and a good spring break week. And then I will talk to you again sometime after spring break. Thank you.